creamy, pure and natural cottage cheese.
Only Daisy Cottage Cheese.
Lumify?
It's kind of amazing.
Wow. Lumify eye drops dramatically reduce redness.
In 1 minute.
And look at the difference.
My eyes look brighter and whiter.
For up to 8 hours.
Lumify really works.
See for yourself.
Lumify.
I'm from Texas, so I get to see all my friends while I'm here, which is good.
We're counting down to the ACM Awards in Frisco, Texas. The show will air live on Prime Video, and it will be Reba McEntire's 17th time as host.
It ain't my first rodeo, girlfriend.
17 also a lucky number for Chris Stapleton with his early win for Artist Songwriter of the Year. Another early winner, Megan Maroney for New Female Artist of the Year. We're going to have much more tomorrow, but for now, we're taking you inside rehearsals for Country Music's Party of the Year. Good night, everybody.
Oh gosh, I'm so excited about this performance.
It feels good to kind of just be back in the game a little bit, man.
Jelly Roll All.
Happening now.
A couple in the process of ending their marriage, but now it's ended in murder. The husband dead and his soon-to-be ex-wife taken into custody. Details on this case and what neighbors are saying next.
Watching Authority radar very closely, especially storms to the north of us that could build southward. We're going to talk about when we could see storms here, both today and even into tomorrow in just a bit.
When you're not feeling well, one of the things you reach for is a thermometer. But which ones are the most reliable? We put a few to the test to find out which are best. The news at 5 starts right now. First at 5, it's been gray and cloudy all day long, not to mention that humidity that has been clinging to the air.
You certainly feel it even before you leave your home. And just as a lot of you are getting off of work, rain is starting in some areas. Adam Caskey is tracking their development and has more on where that rain is right now. Adam.
Yeah, not a whole lot locally at the moment. We've got some activity just off to the north of San Antonio, north of 1604. This is actually a cold front that's moving in, and the biggest change you'll notice is a big drop in the humidity. We'll go from that tropical air to just a bit of a muggy feel out there. One severe thunderstorm warning that's just west of Uvalde, between Bracketville and Uvalde. We'll have a closer look at that in a little bit. This activity slowly building along that front as it pushes southward, but the brunt of the severe weather is off to the northeast. A closer look at all this and another look at the big temperature contrast out there across our area, which also has to do with the front in just a bit.
All right, we'll see you then. Thank you, Adam. New at 5, a local couple's marital problems has now become a criminal case. Bexar County Sheriff's deputies have arrested the wife who they say shot and killed her soon-to-be ex-husband.
And neighbors tell her, Katrina Weber, that they didn't see this coming.
With her head hung low, 51-year-old Veronica Crow shows no interest in talking to news crews. But Bexar County detectives apparently got enough out of her to arrest her for the murder of her husband.
There are some indicators that they were in the process of ending that marriage. So there was definitely some marital strife going on.
The sheriff says someone else in the home on Pico de Aguila near Kyle Seal Parkway called deputies around 4 this morning. Then they found 49-year-old Damian Crow in the living room, dead from at least one shot to the head.
We believe the victim was asleep. And we believe that the suspect came and shot him for whatever reason while he was in his sleep.
What happened here in this upscale Northwest Bexar County neighborhood had investigators working to answer a $1 million question. Why? They roped off the area as they worked for hours, going through the home and carrying out bags of evidence. Neighbors were surprised to wake up to the scene, looking but not saying much to us about what happened.
This seems to be the kind of neighborhood where people largely like to keep to themselves. Now, one man told me off camera the exception is holidays like the 4th of July, when this couple would often join in activities with everyone else.
The neighbor says they appeared to be friendly and happy. The sheriff says there was one unreported incident a few weeks ago involving some arguing and shoving. But the violence today still was unexpected. Katrina Weber, KSAT 12 News.
Tips are still coming in about the suspects wanted for shooting up a family's home last week and killing a 4-year-old girl. But those suspects haven't been caught yet. The Bexar County Sheriff gave an update on that case this afternoon. This surveillance video of that shooting. This is from the scene. This is a look at the aftermath. Its key piece of evidence is this surveillance video that is going to hopefully help track down these suspects. It was recorded on a neighbor's camera last Wednesday. You see the men jump out of a car and then they fired into that house on Windsor Hollow. That's in Northeast Bexar County. 5 family members were shot, including children under the age of 10. A 4-year-old girl named Marianne was killed. Sheriff Javier Salazar is encouraging anyone who knows something to say something, even if you think deputies may already know it.
We would rather get the tip 100 times, the same tip over and over and over again, than not get tips at all.
Here's a look at the images of those suspects released by the sheriff's office. If you know who these people are or where they are, help detectives get them off the streets. Call the Bexar County Sheriff's Office at 210-335-6000. You can also email them at bcsotips@bear.org.
Now, a 45-year-old man died on a West Side street after a driver hit him and didn't stop to help. SAPD officers say that victim was hit on Culebra Road, close to Hamilton Avenue, not too far from Lambrano Street, around 9:30 last night. That victim died right at the scene, and at this point, police don't have much to go on because they say that nobody saw what happened.
A local nonprofit that helps people overcome homelessness is now using robots to beef up its security team. This is OR3. It's a robot duo, actually. They're part of the security detail at the Sam Ministry shelter downtown, at least temporarily. The robots are on patrol 24/7, checking out the perimeter of the shelter while someone is monitoring any alerts or warnings the robot sends out. It's able to take pictures, it has facial recognition, even can read a license plate. When one is charging, the other robot takes over.
It's an autonomous robot, which means it operates by itself. It has its own mapping, so it knows where to go. It has obstacle avoidance, two-way communication, and 360-degree live recording, so that our guards can then see. So if somebody's back in the rear of the location, we'll be able to be notified.
OR3 is currently on a 1-month trial at Sam Ministry to see how things go. The nonprofit says if the final results are positive, this type of security could help them save some money.
New at 5, the pride of the East Side, Sam Houston High School going through its last phase of renovations that will add a brand new gym and theater to that school. This morning, the principal and students hosted a wall smashing or a groundbreaking ceremony for SAISD officials. That campus has seen multiple renovations already, but its athletic spaces, those haven't been updated for more than 20 years. So it's time. Demolition and construction is going to kick in high gear, transforming what was once the girls' basketball gym into a dance room and athletic rooms. The district is also adding a black box theater with a ticket booth, along with a new mat and weight rooms. And by the way, the money for the renovations, that all came from the 2020 bond.
It's a huge investment for the community and for the students at Sam Houston. We started the renovations in bonds 2016, and this is the finish out project for 2020 to get their athletic spaces finished for them.
So just when is it going to be finished? Well, they're saying that all of the projects should be done by fall of 2026.
You might know the San Antonio Stock Show and Rodeo benefits student scholarships, but it also paid off for local small business owners this year. Today, Texas Agriculture Commissioner Sid Miller announced the 2024 rodeo season was a win for the Go Texan initiative. That initiative is a way for small business owners to partner with the State Department of Agriculture, and that connects them with consumers across the state and even the world. Across Texas, Miller says that small businesses earned more than $460,000 through the rodeo season. Now here in San Antonio, Go Texan partners earned almost $12,000 through the San Antonio Livestock Exposition. In state news, Texas lawmakers are looking at creating a law to make it easier for homeowners to kick squatters off their property. At a hearing at the state capitol, it comes after Governor Abbott suggested that property owners could use the, quote, Texas Castle doctrine to force squatters out. Rudy Koski from our partner KTBC in Austin has those details.
All right. Well, now Here at home, we're taking a live look outside. Look at that I-35 at Judson. A few things we want to talk about. First off, that is rain there on the camera that's showing up right there on your screen. So that part of town is getting some rain. Also some traffic. Look there on I-35. I mean, it looks like a sea of red there. A lot of people hitting their brakes. We don't know why. We don't know if there was some sort of an accident, but the point is that area right now looks a little congested, which sometimes is what you can expect at 5:09 on a weekday. Now we have to do this. Congratulations to one of Military City USA's own. West Point cadet Paul Conroy has been selected as a Fulbright Scholar. Conroy is from San Antonio. He's a history major with a minor in Russian. The Fulbright program is the world's largest and most diverse international educational exchange program. Conroy is part of the West Point's graduating class of 2024. He's going to go on to earn his master's degree in Russia, Eurasian, and Eastern European Studies at the University of Helsinki in Finland. He's one of 4 cadets that's been selected for this program this year. But congratulations to you, Cadet Paul Conroy.
Yeah, job well done. Coming up, it's one of the first things you reach for when you or your kids don't feel good, a thermometer. But which ones are the most reliable? Consumer Reports reveals the thermometers that consistently rise to the occasion. Coming up. Here's a look at what we're working on for the news at 6 o'clock. The first ever direct flight to Europe takes off from San Antonio International tomorrow. They're hoping to add Washington, D.C. to that direct flight list. Coming up, why the airport says this kind of exposure could lead to more destinations and lower fares. That and more today on the news at 6.
So this is one of the first things that you do when a child tells you that they don't feel well. You check for a fever, right? A hand to the forehead usually gives you a hint, but what you really need is a thermometer.
And there are so many options out there, and they can give you really different readings. So 12 on your side's Marilyn Moritz has some test results from Consumer Reports lab.
With little ones around, Jenny Mariwaika knows she needs a reliable thermometer.
Having a thermometer that is fast and accurate helps me to decide whether or not they need to go to the doctor.
So how do you choose? Consumer Reports tests can help. They compared the devices to a mercury thermometer in their lab. Then they took repeated readings. The results showed which in-ear thermometers are easiest to use and gave the most accurate readings.
The 10 thermometers in our ratings take temperature via the ear. And half of them also can take temperature via the temporal artery, which means you place the thermometer against the forehead or the temple.
98.7.
In-ear thermometers do require extra cleaning. She says consider models with disposable plastic covers. Here are 2 thermometers Consumer Reports recommends. The Braun Thermoscan 7 for about $60 and the Alcedo digital thermometer for about $25. Keep in mind, doctors don't recommend taking temperatures by ear until at least 6 months of age. And for infants less than 3 months old, a rectal thermometer is best. Marilyn Moritz, KSAT 12 News.
All right, that humidity paying off. We've got some rain out there as we speak. Adam.
Yeah, we do. It's just not the really big drought denting type of rain we've been hoping for, but we do have some areas of rain out there and a big temperature difference across our area, a good 40 degrees spread when you look at it. All right, take a look at Authority radar right now, and you see the vast majority of the showers are basically just north of Highway 90, then even along I-10 east of San Antonio. And it's heaviest as you get closer to LaGrange and just north of Schulenburg there. But along I-10 east of 1604, that's where the majority of the heavy rain is, moderate to heavy rain. You work your way into Gonzales County, some of that action. And this isn't exactly just moving, it's more or less just building up as the front pushes southward. But you get into San Antonio and the action's more isolated in nature, widely separated. We do have some heavy rainfall right around Randolph Air Force Base, up towards Selma as well. I-35, of course, the construction zone of I-35 all the way up through Live Oak into Selma, Schertz, and northward toward Austin, and one downpour near Chavano Park and Hollywood Park at the moment. Hill Country Village area. You can zoom right in there, right along Blanco Road and Bitters Road. One little downpour. No lightning associated with any of this locally right now. That could change as the front continues to push southward. And I mentioned the front. Actually, look at it. This is the cold front right here. You see that line, that leading edge? That's the cold front that's moving southward, and it's going to have an impact on our humidity and even temperatures. We're going to have a quick, abrupt temperature drop with this boundary and some cooler air associated with it. I do want to point out the thunderstorm that was previously considered severe west of San Antonio. This is just between Bracketville and Uvalde. Now this is not severe, but still could have some small nickel-size hail, but non-damaging size hail associated with it. By the way, the new drought monitor is in, and we're going to share that coming up at 6 o'clock when we have a little bit more time. First, let's look at the big picture. And I mentioned we're just on the tail end of the activity. This really shows how the vast majority of the good soaking rain and drought denting rain is out of our area. North Texas, even a new batch moving into West Texas, severe thunderstorm watches, San Angelo and westward. That does not include us, and even tornado watch, Houston area, all the way into Louisiana. So heavy rainfall up there. We're just getting clipped by the back and kind of bottom edge of this action. As we go through the rest of this evening, we'll have more of those storm chances just up through about 8 p.m. Then I think it's going to be very isolated in nature. So now's our opportunity, and then tomorrow just some isolated action possible. This is fascinating here. 66 in Bernie. Comfort is at 69 degrees. Meanwhile, we're 103 in Del Rio. 97 in Carrizo Springs. You see that difference? Rain-cooled air and even that cold front that's pushing southward with the temperatures in the 60s. And we're going to have an abrupt drop here soon in San Antonio already at 79. But also, look at this. Dew points in the 60s behind the boundary, mid-70s and even upper 70s out ahead of it. So we're talking about that really tropical air with that oppressive humidity. Dew point of 77 in Pleasanton, 78 Gonzales. However, this less humid air to the north, that's going to be pushing southward, and you'll feel that momentarily and all the way into tomorrow. Tomorrow morning, 68 degrees. By noon, we're 77. 89 the high temperature, 20% chance of a few showers and storms. 91 Port SA, Floresville, 87 for the high. And looking ahead, 20% chance of a morning or afternoon shower storm tomorrow. Otherwise, sunny, high and dry, and well into the 90s, upper 90s even.
All right. Thank you, Adam.
Thank you. All right. So Mike Zimmer back with the boys.
Yeah. So he's leading up a defense that is led by defensive end Micah Parsons. He also plays linebacker, and that has Coach Zimmer very excited. So what is the next step for the Lion and the Houston Texans? Well, they want to crush their 2024 opponents coming up.
It's good to see a lot of people that I know and that I knew, a lot more people than I knew, the first day. I've been able to run around and, see people that were here when I was here. So it's been pretty good.
Mike Zimmer is enjoying his second stint with the Dallas Cowboys in big board sports. All right, so Mike Zimmer is back with the Dallas Cowboys as their defensive coordinator. He was hired to head up the D after Dan Quinn left to take over as head coach of the Washington Commanders. Zimmer last worked with the Cowboys from 1994 to 2006 on the defensive side of the ball, and he was the boys' DC from 2000 to 2006 before leaving for the Falcons. Zimmer inherits one of the top defenders in the league in Micah Parsons. Last week at rookie minicamp, Zim was asked what's the next step for Parsons, a.k.a. the Lion.
They don't have to take many steps. I think, as we're just sitting up there again this morning talking about other things we can do with him. And, he's such a dynamic player that I said this the other day that, the offenses are always going to know where he's at. And so, they're going to turn protections to him. They're going to, have the back help chip no matter what it is. In a lot of the games he played last year that I watched, we're going to move him around, doing different things with him. But we're going to use him some ways where we're getting the protection turned the way we want it turned and then able to win on the other side. And there's sometimes we're going to, try to overload a protection where he gets a one-on-one.
All right, when it comes to the NFL releasing the entire schedule, the hip thing teams do is put out a video. All teams go above and beyond to release intricate, dramatic, and funny videos. USA Today ranked all 32 team videos, and they have the Houston Texans at number 18. So the Texans smashed objects to represent their 2024 opponents, and here's a little sample of that vid. All right, my favorite one, the table, the Buffalo Bills. The Bills Mafia jumping onto it and them crushing it. That one really had me laughing.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Also good ASMR. Just saying.
Yeah. It is, yeah. Yep.
Right. We'll be right back.
Added benefit there.
All right, here's a look at Authority radar. You see the heaviest action and most persistent rain is off to the east, moving into Hallettsville, Shiner, already through Gonzales, moving into DeWitt County as well. Then Guadalupe County has seen some scattered action. Here in San Antonio, not a whole lot. A few downpours have popped up, but those are very isolated and mainly right along 281 from Stone Oak all the way down to the airport at 410. I do want to point out we'll still have this scattered activity in the next couple of hours, but rain chances really fall off after dark at 20% tonight and even on into tomorrow, then sunny and warmer.
All right, we'll see you at 6.
See you back here then.